NFTs might come to YouTube. What does this mean? I still don't get it. CEO Susan Wojcicki,
I think that's how you pronounce it.
okay, stated on January 25th, you put the thing right the way, that there
Oh, sorry. It's a habit. I'm reading along with you.
that there's an update on our key priorities: the state of the creator economy, innovation, supporting the work of creators, and protecting the YouTube community. So all of that sounds great. She lists a bunch of great stuff like growth, jobs, economy, and then says NFTs and DAOs. They have highlighted a previously unimaginable opportunity to grow the connection between creators and their fans. Have they? Have they? They don't specify how they will use NFTs or now it says DOAs, but they like them. Cool. I literally have no clue what this means. Maybe that has something to do with like creator avatars or banners. Are they just doing pictures? Do they have some other implementation for it? Because NFTs, which a lot of people don't understand, it's not just some pictures. Like you can NFT more things than just links to pictures. So
could I like sell my video, but also there's no legal transfer of copyright ownership? So I don't get it.
I have no idea. I literally have no clue how this makes any sense. I don't know. You can right-click save a picture, and you can also save YouTube videos. So
you sure can.
The same thing will happen if that's what happens. I literally have no clue what this even means. But NFTs might come to YouTube, whatever that means. It's just, I read this and was just like, what? Come on.
So I feel like we should talk a little bit about the take last week on NFTs, because that was my other really excellent hot take that I didn't think was that hot of a take.
Okay, yeah. So who was even against you? Was it both sides?
So here's why people were mostly mad.
Okay.
I think they were mad because I wasn't highlighting the environmental impact of NFTs. And I got to confess that there was some ignorance there on my part.
Did we not? Okay.
I didn't realize how bad it was.
It's bad. It's real bad.
So I didn't realize how bad.
It doesn't have to be bad.
No, it could be not bad. In fact, there are ways to mint NFTs today that are not that bad.
Okay.
But you mint an NFT on the Ethereum blockchain, it's like...
Oh, real bad.
Mega bad. Okay, so that's my bad. I actually didn't realize that we're talking like a cross-continental flight worth of carbon emissions or something
It's
like
crazy.
that to mint an NFT. So okay, fair enough. But most
is that for like one person's portion of it, or are you saying the whole thing?
Apparently to mint it, it's like way up there, but don't take that as fact. So
I just know it's a lot. I don't know what you would
it's
compare
somewhere
it to.
in between what I thought it was, which was like non-inconsequential, but like not huge, and huge.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
It's really big.
The point,
Thick.
and the other thing is that, so the other thing people were mad about was just the sort of the, like just, I don't know, what would it be? Asininity? Like they're just, they're just kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
They don't transfer any kind of rights to you or any kind of actual legal ownership. They're just, it's kind of the equivalent of, you know, having a, man, I don't even know. There's almost nothing equally dumb. And so a lot of people were upset that I wasn't upset at how dumb it is. But I guess the thing
it's a certificate of authentication, but it's a certificate of authentication that could have come from anyone.
And is utterly meaningless, yes.
Because it could have come from anyone.
But here's the thing. All I was saying last week was that it doesn't surprise me. That was my point. And maybe I didn't do a good job of getting that across, but my point was just, clearly this ship has sailed. Clearly we were headed here. Because what is the difference between some skin on your gun or some hat that your character wears and this? I don't see the difference.
For some reason, really like having things and knowing that other people don't have it.
Well, yeah.
That applies to like a lot of stuff.
So it's a flex.
Yeah.
It's not the dumbest flex I've ever seen, to be perfectly blunt. There are some...
What's a dumber flex? Do you have an example?
Trump's gold toilet.
I mean, you could melt that down.
That's true.
And the value of gold generally goes up, right?
Honestly, I personally,
it's an investment
personally,
toilet. I think it's really smart.
I think just about any depreciating asset, like luxury brand, pretty much anything. Okay, here.
You and I are both on the same
Dumber
side on
flex, Louis Vuitton luggage.
Okay.
Luggage.
Because it gets beat up.
Because it is
right?
going to get kicked around in the back of a plane.
I've always the same piece of luggage that I've had literally forever. That I what did we call it? Privateered from my mom. It's fabric, right? And it's held up really well, in my opinion, because it's fabric.
Right.
So it's been able to if it takes an impact, it doesn't care. It just bends. And I've known people that have had luggage just straight up break in a way shorter period of time because they have hard shells. So they actually kind of counterintuitively take more damage. But I only ever put clothes and soft stuff in that luggage anyway. So why do I care?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Sweet.
Okay, float plane is all about the gold controller, apparently. So, like the gold toilet, I think you could make a very similar argument. The gold controller could be melted down.
Technically appreciates it.
And we have a potential buyer. But the problem is that they want to fly here to pick it up.
And right now it's just not
right now is just not a great time.
Yeah.
Also, we need to fix something about it because the shoulder buttons suck.
Oh.
The triggers are okay, but the shoulders don't flex properly because it's one solid piece across and plastic bends and gold doesn't. Well, it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we're going to give them that cast piece of gold, but we want to replace it with a plastic one. And then we're also hoping to reposition the antenna so that it can go through the plastic so that the reception's a little bit better because it's mostly only usable
more
wired.
usable. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we kind of still need to sort out. But yeah, no, I think we're going to be able to sell it for about what we paid.
This is another one where there's a bunch of people in Floatplane chat trying to point out purchases that you have made that don't necessarily make a ton of sense. He's not saying he has never made a purchase that's a little odd. You bought I don't think anyone even mentioned this, but the MSI Dragon.
That thing's so cool. I didn't buy it. I only had to pay for shipping.
Oh, okay.
It was a not inconsequential amount.
You still had to pay a lot for shipping.
I feel like I got my money's worth out of it,
yeah,
though.
Sweet. And if you get your money's worth out of whatever,
I turned it into content. Content, boys. You got to understand what my business is, right?
That's
when
fair, yeah.
when I okay. Here's something.
And that was the idea behind the gold controller, actually, as well.
Yes. So the solar panels.
Sorry, Luke.
Ouch.
Sorry.
That's my favorite big red dragon right there.
Oh, there we go.
So when we picked out the solar panels for our roof, I wanted solar panels because that's cool. But we ended up going with these super fancy solar panels because I figured it would be a video. And so if it's content, that's great because it's one more video idea I don't have to come up with, which actually does have a cost. I literally hire people whose job it is to come up with ideas. So the solar panels we got, they're here now, and I'm super excited. They're super cool. They're from this company called Dual Sun, I think. And what they are is their combination solar panels to generate energy and water heaters. And then we're going to pump that water into the pool. Yeah. So we're actually going to heat our pool by cooling our solar panels, which makes the solar panels more efficient and makes the pool cost less to heat.
That's just awesome.
That's just awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And it's content.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to take forever to pay for itself because they were more expensive or something. I actually don't know if we bought them or they were discounted or anything, but theoretically they were more expensive and I was committed to them either way because I really wanted to make a video about it because it's super cool.
Yeah.
So
was it more expensive than having, as inefficient as this would be due to the premium areas for having solar panels and et cetera, but would it be more expensive than having two separate sets? Water heating solar panels.
Well, the problem is that you've only got so much roof area, especially in Vancouver, to
really
actually
inefficient.
Put solar panels on where they're going to get a decent amount of sunlight, and they can do this whole simulation thing.
So there's a big amount of value, though, is what I'm saying, by having it do both in one area.
Yeah.
And it might literally save money compared to buying two sets,
yes.
which would be stupid anyway.
And cooling the panels makes them, I forget what it is. It's every however many degrees, it gets however % more efficient. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I guess we hadn't really finished our discussion on NFTs on YouTube. We just kind of talked about how
Well,
NFTs were stupid, and then we.
But like, do you have any ideas of what they could possibly even be talking
I mean,
about?
they could just copy what Twitter did and make it
For
so
avatars,
that
right?
people, so people can
Okay.
NFT their avatars. I wouldn't be surprised if they allow users, if they make it like a YouTube Premium feature or something like that, so people could have like maybe their
If you
user
buy an NFT, you probably got that money.
their user profile pictures like bigger or something like that. I
Oh.
could totally see people paying for that kind of thing. I think that allowing creators to sell NFTs to their audiences through the platform could absolutely be a thing that they would do. Apparently they actually made a statement. I didn't realize this. I thought the dislike button still dead was just Plouffe being funny in the title. They apparently addressed it again. Dislikes are still dead despite hearing the valid complaints. They go on to cite the original reasons, like dislike attacks on smaller creators and that was it. We did not see a meaningful difference in viewership regardless of whether or not there was a public dislike count, and importantly, it reduced dislike attacks. Okay. Sure.
Cool.
The discussion question is, so videos are still getting the same amount of views, but now you don't know if the information is good or bad. How is this better? Plouffe, the horse is so dead. The horse is so dead.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say about it anymore, I don't think. Ooh.
There's a merch message talking about YouTube Premium again. To be clear, we're not trying to shill YouTube Premium. We just both have it, and that is technically the alternative.
I have it lots of times.
Yeah.
I own YouTube Premium on my personal account, on my work account, on the LTT account, on the Tech Quickie account. That was a Terran-specific request. I believe we own it on the Channel Superfun account. I have to buy YouTube Premium because the editors often go in and pull stuff out of our old videos, even if they're going to go back and get the original footage anyway,
It's easier to browse through YouTube than it is going through an archive of
really
backlog
is
footage.
So we actually use YouTube in the course of our work a lot, and it was requested many times to me that I buy premium for all of the work accounts, so I did. And if I haven't, then I'm sorry. We'll get premium added to that one if any of our editors are watching going, no, I still have to sit and watch ads whenever I'm working on MAC address or whatever the case may be. So yeah, no, we're not shilling for it. We're just telling you that's how it works. That's you either consume the ads or you pay for premium. Or you privateer it. Privateer it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a flanker. Says people in tech that dislike NFTs is because of the terrible implementation, and most could be done without the massive energy use and massively distributed ledger. Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. I mean, there's also just the laughable stuff, like if the host of that particular NFT minting service goes away, isn't the link just dead, and then it's just
Depends where the link goes to.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not the site that sold it. Sometimes the link is elsewhere. But yeah.
Hilarious.